Hi, pre-prep. This is Miss Graham here. This week with our Sesame curriculum, we're thinking more about what it means to be engineers. And one thing we're thinking about engineering are bridges. And in New York City, we're super lucky that we've had so many engineers make so many different types of bridges. And so today, I thought it might be fun to think about making our own map of New York City with some bridges in it and seeing how many bridges are connecting our boroughs. So I'm going to pull up a map of New York, and we have 4 different boroughs in this map. There's 5 altogether, but we're going to take a look today at Manhattan over here, the Bronx over here, Queens over here, and down here is Brooklyn. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to have something to write with and something to write on. So I have some paper and a marker. I'm going to start by making my map of New York City. So I see Manhattan. It's right here. It looks kind of like a big oval. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw an oval shape. And I'm going to write an M for Manhattan. So this is going to be my Manhattan. That's going to be right there. So next, I'm going to think about the Bronx. The Bronx is just north of Manhattan, and it's a bit higher up over here. So I'm going to draw another shape, and I'm going to make this the Bronx. So with the Bronx, we're going to write BX for the Bronx. Now I'm going to scooch on down to Queens. So that's below the Bronx and next to Manhattan. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make another shape over here. And this is going to be Queens. I'm going to write a big Q for Queens. Now, the last borough we have in here is Brooklyn, and that's all the way down here. So I'm going to go ahead under Queens. I'm going to draw another shape. They're all kind of like ovals in my map. That's okay. And I'm going to write BK. That's what we say for Brooklyn. So now that we have a map that's similar to the map over here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in our bridges. So I have a blue marker I'm going to switch to just so you can see my bridges a little bit better. And I'm thinking about drawing my own bridges between my boroughs. So we can see over here that there's bridges that connect over the water in between. We're going to start at the top and work our way all the way down. And at the end, we're going to see how many bridges we have between the Bronx and Queens and Manhattan and Brooklyn. So I'm going to start up here at the very top of Manhattan. There's 1, 2 bridges that go to the Bronx. So I'm going to go on my map and I'm going to write 1, 2 that go to the Bronx. Now, I'm going to take a look over here because I see another 2 bridges, but these bridges go from the Bronx to Queens. So I'm going to take a look on my map. I have my Bronx up here and Queens down here. So I'm going to add another 2. I'm going to go 1, 2. Now, there's a special bridge in here that's coming up next, the Tri-Borough Bridge. Tri means 3, so it actually connects 3 different boroughs. It goes from Manhattan to the Bronx and to Queens. So it goes from Manhattan to the Bronx and to Queens. So I'm going to draw a little triangle with 3 sides to connect all 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. That's going to be my Tri-Borough Bridge. Now, let's take a look down here. We have 1 bridge called the Queensboro Bridge that goes from Manhattan to Queens. So I'm going to take a look over here. It goes Manhattan to Queens. And at the very bottom, I'm going to take a look because I see a few bridges that go to Brooklyn from Manhattan. I see 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna go ahead. I see Manhattan to Brooklyn, and I'm gonna draw some bridges. We have 1, 2, 3. So, my friends, I drew my own map, and I drew the bridges that I'm seeing on our map over here to add them in with my details. Now, can we count and see how many bridges we have in here? I see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm gonna go ahead at the very bottom or somewhere on my page. I'm gonna write the number 9 for 9 bridges that I drew. And lastly, I wanna make sure that my name is on here somewhere. So when I take a picture of this for Google Classroom, I can make sure my teacher sees whose work it is. So I'm gonna add Miss Graham up here. So my friends, I hope you have fun making your very own maps with your very own bridges. We can't wait to see what your map looks like on Google Classroom. Have fun!